One Piece is a story about adventure, freedom, and finding the ultimate treasure. But let's be real for a second. Sometimes it's just about looking your opponent dead in the eye and making them rethink their entire existence. From shattering islands with a single punch to paralyzing admirals from a different zip code, the Grand Line is full of characters who don't just win, they humiliate. Today we are ranking the absolute coldest, most disrespectful, and downright legendary flexes in One Piece history. We have to kick things off with the flex that set the standard for the entire series. Back in the East Blue, Noah Zoro finally met his ultimate goal, Dracula Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman. Zoro comes at him with everything he has, and Mihawk pulls out a tiny little cross pendant that he uses to eat his dinner. He literally tells Zoro, I don't carry any weapons smaller than this to hunt a rabbit. Pairing a man's ultimate three-sword style attack with a literal butter knife is still one of the most disrespectful things I ever seen in anime. It showed us exactly how huge the world of One Piece really was.
なるほど。最強だ。暇なんだろう。勝負しようぜ。
勝負哀れなり弱き者よ。一発の剣士であれば剣を交えるまでもなく俺とお主の力の差を見抜けよう。この俺に歯を突き立てるわ。
おい、何のつもりだそりゃ。
俺はウサギを狩るのに全力を出すバカな獣とは刃物は持ち合わせていないのだ。
バカにすんのも大概にしろ。死んで後悔すんじゃねえぞ。
胃の中の蛙よ、世の広さを知るがよい。
鬼動かねえ。何をしやがったんだ。あ、世界がこんなに
After a 2-year time skip, Oda needed to show us that the Straw Hats weren't playing around anymore. On Fishman Island, Hoddy Jones hypes up his massive army of 100,000 troops. It looks like an impossible battle. Luffy just casually strolls to the front, stares them down, and unleashes a massive wave of Conqueror's haki. In a split second, 50,000 fishermen foam at the mouth and drop unconscious. Luffy didn't throw a single punch, he just let them know his aura was too heavy for them to stand in his presence.
よろし、奴隷にしてやる。やがて魚人族に逆らう者は全ての海賊どもがだぞ。
こんな人数を相手に。
Law vs. Blackbeard. When Blackbeard ambushed the Heart Pirates, everyone thought Trafalgar Law was getting packed up. Blackbeard is an emperor. He has two of the most broken devil fruits in the world. But Law didn't flinch. Law immediately goes on the offensive, pops up his devil fruit awakening and hits Blackbeard with a shock willy right out of the gate. It's basically Law's version of a domain expansion, and it left a Yonko coughing up blood. It was the ultimate flex to prove that Law isn't just a support character, he is a top tier threat.
アンプテート。なんだ。アンプテート。能力と違う覚醒技か。グラッシュ。ブローム。僕もなんともねえな。
ショックビレ。 が弱点。
面白い。
滝と
クローム。
Zoro versus the king. The king of the hell awakens. Zoro makes the list again, but this time he's the one doing the flexing. Fighting a seemingly invisible Lunarian, Zoro was getting pushed to his absolute limit. His cursed sword, Enma, was draining his haki. So what does Zoro do? He stops holding back and lets the sword take everything. He officially unlocks Advanced Conqueror's Haki, coats his blades in black lightning, and declares himself the king of hell. Slicing through King's ultimate fiery defense like it was nothing is easily one of the most beautifully animated and high flexes in Wano.
三刀流。この世界に王は一人でいい。火は燃えてる。今は無駄骨。アリュードン。マグマみてえな炎だ。俺のルールを理解したようだな。続くならな。三刀流。
Number 5, we have Silver's relic saving Boa Hancock. Imagine being so legendary that you can stop a Yonko just by showing up. Emperor Blackbeard has Boa Hancock by the throat, and it looks like it's game over for the pirate empress. But then the Dark King, Silver Rayback, steps onto the battlefield. Relic is way past his prime. He even admits later he probably couldn't beat Blackbeard in a fair fight anymore. But he simply draws his sword, flexes his legendary reputation, and basically says, "Drop her and leave." And Blackbeard actually listens. The ultimate flex of, "You don't want this smoke."
はお前が嫌いでね。
シルバーズデイリー。
ハンコック、石化を解いてあげなさい。私が見届ける。誰も余計な真似をせず、島を出たまえ。
At number 6, we have Garp's Galaxy Impact. Speaking of old men you shouldn't mess with, let's talk about Monkey D. Garp. To rescue his protege Kobe from Pirate Island, Garp doesn't just sail up to the dock, he drops his entire battleship from the sky. While laughing, Garp coats his fist in Advanced Conqueror's Haki and drops a literal nuke of a punch called Galaxy Impact. Before he even touches the ground, he leveled the town square with pure shockwave pressure and complained that he was getting weak.
出撃！
空を飛んできます。なぜ？どういうことだ？ガープ中将だ！
神！助けに来たぞ！そしてわしの愛弟子じゃ！
7, we have Luffy versus Lucky, the ultimate disrespect. Back in Enies lobby, Rob Lucky pushed Luffy to the absolute brink of death. Fast forward to the Egghead Island, and their rematch is the funniest, most disrespectful, overscaling moment ever. Luffy is awakened and going all out. Luffy drops into gear 5 and completely toys with him. I'm talking bouncing off the walls, laughing and literally falling asleep while dodging CPO's strongest assassin. Luffy showed Luffy that they aren't even playing the same sport anymore. At number 8, Shanks Wi-Fi haki on Admiral Ryokugo. Wano. If you look up aura in the dictionary, that's just a picture of red-haired Shanks. Admiral Ryokugo pulls up to us, recovering Wano, ready to take Luffy's head. Miles away, out in the ocean, Shanks decides he isn't having it. He unleashes a concentrated blast of Conqueror's haki across the sea, paralyzing a marine admiral and forcing him to retreat with its hands up, screaming in pain. Shanks literally won a fight using Bluetooth haki.
その気なら分かったよ。カイドウのなり損ないが。動けねえ。覇王色。誰だてめえは。 海賊だ。そばにいんのか。おかしれ。急な覇気やめてくれ。死人たち。何怖いか。新時代が。お前らと戦う気はねえ。
At number 9, we have Bonnie vs. Saturn. This flex was as emotional as it was hype. After witnessing the horrifying, tragic truth of what Saint Saturn did to her father, Kuma, Bonnie decides she's had enough. Using a devil fruit to access a distorted future, she taps into a Gear 5-like state, mirroring the sun god Nika, delivering a cathartic, brutal break beatdown on one of the untouchable 5 elders was a flex that the entire One Piece fandom cheered for.
Savara! 三時の顔が見えた。得ることも許されぬ。男性がエッグヘッドへ上陸なさる。何なんだこのバカ。 か。久しぶりだ。私を命令したのだ、ベガパンク。自我を残すことは絶対に許さん。
しかしそれではクマは。
サターン
At number 10, Shanks vs. Kid, Divine Departure. Eustace Kid really thought he was ready for the big leagues. He rose up to Elbach ready to destroy Shanks' fleet. Shanks looks into the future, sees the damage Kid is about to cause, and gets serious. In a single terrifying leap, Shanks crosses the ocean and one-shots both Kid and Killer with Divine Departure. The Kid pirates, a crew that helped take down Big Mom, were completely eradicated in less than a minute.
被害がでかすぎる。さすがだな。
鏡。
カムサリ。
At number 11, we have Zoro's Nothing Happened. You knew it was coming. After surviving the nightmare of Thriller Bark, Bartholomew Kuma extracts all of Luffy's pain and fatigue into a massive paw bubble. He tells Zoro he has to take it all if he wants to save his captain. Later, Sanji finds Zoro standing in a massive, terrifying pool of his own blood, arms crossed. When Sanji asks what happened, Zoro drops the hardest line in anime history. Nothing happened. That's ultimate endurance flex.
政府も文句は言うまい。さあ、麦わらをこっちへ。
首はやるよ。ただし、身代わりの、この俺の命一つで、
この男に代わって、お前は死ねるというのか。
そうするほか、今一味を救う手立てがねえ。
俺がやることを信じろ。約束は守る。その代わりお前には地獄を見せる。ダメージがこれだ。身代わりになるというなら、文字通りお前がこの苦痛を受けろ。
返させてくれ。
ここで何があった？
何もなかった。
At number 12. Roger vs. Whitebeard, the legendary clash. The Pirate King vs. the world's strongest man. Before the main event even starts, Roger casually swats away Kozuki Oden, a certified monster like a pesky sky. Then Roger and Whitebeard clash. Weapons don't even touch. The sheer force of their advanced conqueror's haki, colliding, blows away the clouds, shakes the entire island, and showed us exactly what the absolute pinnacle of power in the One Piece world truly looks like. At number 13, Luffy vs. Kaido, the Gear 5 Awakening. And finally, the most absurd flex of them all, Luffy gets technically killed by Kaido only to hear the drums of liberation. He awakens Gear 5 and turns the most brutal high-stake battle to the death into a literal Looney Tunes episode. From using a Yonko as a literal jump rope to grabbing lightning out of the sky, Luffy didn't just defeat the world's strongest creature. He made a complete joke out of him while laughing the entire time. Peak fiction.
お前たち何が生きてたか。ありがとよ。わらららら。あれで勝ちにはしたくなかった。
気にすんな。蹴りつけよ。
And there you have it. Most disrespectful flexes in One Piece. But what do you guys think? Did I miss a moment that should have made the list? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content, and ring that bell so you'll never miss an upload. Until next time, stay safe out there on the Grand Line.